Last night wasn't just a Super Bowl halftime show, it was a real-time snapshot of a country under pressure. We had Bad Bunny headlining the official halftime show, and then at the exact same time we had Kid Rock performing what they're calling the All-American halftime show. Two completely different versions of identity and culture and future all happening simultaneously. People are emotionally invested because moments like this don't just happen randomly. They show up when societies reach a specific stage. So Ray Dalio talks about this in his research about the rise and fall of empires. There's a phase where things feel stable and optimistic. Then comes the late stage, okay, where debt is high, where wealth is concentrated. And this is where people stop feeling like they're living in the same system. Some people feel like their money is working for them. They are getting richer easily. And then we have other people who feel like they are working harder than ever just to stay in the same place. And that is when these divides start to happen. And that is where we are right now. And I've lived both sides of this, right? When I was working my 9 to 5, it's constant effort, it's long hours, you're under stress all of the time. Now that I'm an investor, my assets generate more income than I ever did, and I don't do anything for it, and I pay less in taxes. And I know this is not fair, but it explains exactly what a late stage K-shaped economy looks like. You can have markets rising, right? Stock market going up, housing markets going up, while people are feeling exhausted. They're paying mortgages on houses that they barely get to spend any time in because they are working nonstop. They're paying a car payment on a car that all they use it for is to drive to work. And then you're doing everything right, like you're following the steps that you were told to follow, and you're wondering, hey, why doesn't it work like it's supposed to? It's not a personal failure. This is structural stress. Historically, when societies reach this stage, based on the research, the next phase is transition. This can mean big things. Maybe it's something simple like policy change or some political restructuring, but sometimes it's conflict like war and geopolitical tensions. Now, why do you need to pay attention to this right now? Because during transition phases, this is typically where people get scared, people freeze, people don't move forward. They stick with the status quo because that's all they know, and they want something that feels familiar because everything feels like it's falling apart around them. But historically, this is when wealth shifts the most because the rules are changing in real time, and it's no longer about who's working harder. It's about who understands the pattern and positions themselves ahead of the change.